Uh-oh, I lost my mouse. And of course, now I turn my sound on early, so everybody ends up hearing that, which wasn't supposed to be heard. But hey, we're here. Welcome. We made it. It's week 8. Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
Yes. Yes. Hey, if you haven't already, please do us a favor. Minimize that screen. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, do all those things. Throw some comments in the comment section for us. Helps the algorithm, gets the YouTube thing going, and we appreciate the heck out of it. Like I said, I am the Duct Tape Dude. Let's do it again. Why not?
I'm the dude.
Hey, who doesn't like to hear that? Dude, it is week 8, and thank God it is, because week 7 sucked. Oh, man. I'm not sure I even want to go over the results of week 7. That was rough. But, you know, the good thing is it was rough for everybody. But, by the way, we are sponsored by QB54, which is the game before the game. If you don't know what the heck that is, go to playqb54.com. Check it out. It is a sweet tailgate game. And, by the way, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll have a chance to win one of those game sets. So that's pretty awesome. Like I said, if you don't know what that is, there will also be a little video that plays at the end. It'll show you. I mean, there's dudes, it's us playing QB54. So it's actually a video my son made, Landon, who is out at Montana State, my alma mater. And speaking of Montana State, why don't we bring on the only other duct tape alum from Montana State? He is back again. It's the Ag Man. Andrew, how are you, brother?
We're doing good. How we doing?
Oh, man. My future's so bright. We got to wear shades. Yeah. Man alive. How are you, dude? You know, actually, the shades, nice marmot. I love it. My wife just said that. That is a dude reference, and she is fantastic for that. By the way, Melba, I'm wearing the Coffee Corner shirt in... I don't want to say remembrance of you, but I am batching it right now. So the wife is out of town, and she's in the comments, and I figured I'd throw on the old Coffee Corner shirt, which is a organization that she runs. No, it's our church coffee shop, and she's awesome. She runs it. So, woo! Okay, let me catch my breath here. How the heck are you?
I'm doing good. And you know, as much as I love to wear these, I probably don't need them.
Yeah, you know, I should probably. Okay,
we'll get back to normal.
Let's get serious.
Yeah, let's get.
It's always a good.
Serious.
Yeah, it's always a good intro. The old double sunglasses. I had to, you know.
True.
Anyway, dude, speaking of sunglasses, okay, we were just talking before the show, and let me adjust the camera here a little bit. The high here was 82 today. What's the weather where you are right now?
It's snowy, it's cold, it's windy, it's icy.
Yeah.
The complete opposite of you.
Yeah.
You said it's what, 87? No, not 87.
82 it got up to. I think
82.
It's like 79 right now. It's almost 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, it got to 20 today. It is currently sitting at 18 up here. It's cold.
There is snow all over the ground. You know, if we weren't the typical duct tape show where we're at mad scramble right before we go live, I would have put up some pictures that I have.
Okay.
You know, oh yeah, I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't a mad scramble. It was literally like I had to. I mean, obviously we were late. You saw that, but I had to sit here and go, okay, let me catch my breath. Because like literally I was running, setting up these stupid helmets. I was building stuff. Andrew texts me an hour before the show. He's like, I'm ready for sound check. I'm like, what? Dude.
Ready whenever.
I haven't even made the, oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, dude, it's a little cold out there. But you guys got a snow day out of the thing, right? You didn't have to go to school
We
today?
did. No, school was canceled today, and it was honestly, I think, because of just the fact that there was ice underneath all the snow on the roads, and it was a little sketchy. I still went into work for a little while to get some stuff done. I had a lot of, paperwork and whatnot I need to get finished up. But yeah, school is canceled for today. We go back tomorrow, and then we have the weekend. So
Yes.
It was kind of like a pre-weekend, and I'm not complaining on a Thursday with football. I'm not
Heck
complaining.
yeah. Although if I had the choice of a Thursday or a Friday, I'd rather have the Friday off because
3-day weekend. Yep.
yeah, and you got, football, and then you don't have to get up early, right?
That's true. That's
that'd
very
be all
true.
right. But not that I get up too early anyway. I think I get up at like 6:30 or something. But anyway, shoot, man. So you also, I didn't realize this. As we know, I called him the ag man. Andrew is an ag teacher in Colstrip, Montana. Can I say that? I gave away your location. Dear Lord.
It's fine.
You are no longer safe.
They have to try and get here first.
Yeah. Good luck. Anyway, but you're also, what was FFA dude as well? You're the
FFA advisor, yes.
Which is, tell us about that.
So FFA, youth organization surrounding agriculture. It's everywhere throughout the U.S. Every
What's it
state
stand
has
for?
It technically not what it used to.
Oh, really?
But they changed that actually about 40 years ago.
Oh, man. So I know it as Future Farmers of America. That's not what it is?
And that's what the world knows it as, which is not incorrect. They just shortened it and made it the National FFA organization because ag improved. So they're like, we need to update the name. It's not just farmers anymore. So that's why it's updated now. But it's essentially that. Everybody knows it as
What's the official whatever it is?
The National FFA organization is all it technically is now.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway.
Everybody knows it as Future Farmers, so I don't stop them when they say that. I'm like, yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, I guess you got, there's
a
lot more than farming out there. There's ranching. Like you and your dad, you guys ranch, right? You don't farm, you ranch. So you got cattle, you got all that stuff. So in your summers, which you haven't had a summer off of school yet, this will be your first one coming up. Granted, we're just going into winter. Just got the first snow. Will you then go back to, I won't say where your dad is.
That's fair.
Will you go back there and work the ranch for the summer? Or are you going to stay in Colstrip, or what are you going to do?
I don't know yet.
We'll see what happens.
It depends on help. I know I have plenty of things I'd like to get done here.
Sure.
But we'll see if I end up going home. I have no idea.
Okay. So are you in an apartment then? What are you at? What kind of situation are you in?
I'm still the broke college kid.
Oh, yeah.
As far as I'm able to afford things, even though I'm the broke early career adult now.
Yeah, you're adulting.
But yeah, I'm in an apartment, but it's just just fine for what I need. I don't need a whole lot.
Like, what floor are you on? Oh, whatever. Are you upstairs, downstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's the place to be. Hey, Bully, I see you in the comments, bro. Where is Gil? Send this thing to Gil. Let's get Gil on here. Because Gil and you guys, Gil had it rolling last week, man. The comments. By the way, we had a Friday show last week.
We did. First Friday show of the year.
Yeah, and actually the reason why, well, one of the reasons why will come up here in a little bit. But yeah, we'll get there. I was out doing something else, and actually oh my gosh, I couldn't get to the show, man. I couldn't get there. It's wow. Not to talk about work and gripe and moan or anything like that. Work is great. I got a great job and all that good stuff. I'm very thankful for it. Probably need to focus a little more on the good than the bad. You know what I mean? So
that's fair. The
I'm
fans
thankful.
still showed up.
Yeah,
our followers still showed up on Friday.
So we had a Friday show. So the wife texted me last Thursday. She said, "Hey, why don't we blow off the show?" Which honestly, it was going to get pushed back anyway, because I wasn't going to have the stuff ready for it. Like I said, I was like setting up and creating graphics like up until about 10 minutes prior to show
give or take
start time, supposed start time. Anyway, so last week she texted me. She's like, "Let's blow off the show and let's go see that Taylor Swift thing." And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So, and I'm not a Taylor Swifty guy or whatever, but I was happy to go sit in a movie theater. And I didn't realize it was 3 hours and something, but Hey, what the heck? You know, Taylor Swift sang to me for 3 hours. I'm not complaining. I got popcorn. I got an icy out of the deal. Got to hang out with my wife. So it was cool. And then we had a Friday show, which we actually got some new followers and whatnot that jumped in.
New and unique.
Yes, very unique. Mr. I Love Weed was the highlight of the Friday show. So maybe he'll get back on here eventually. We'll see. But yeah, the comments are hopping right now. It looks like Gil is traveling right now. That's too bad. Sometimes he's a little late getting into the show anyway. So anyway, Bully, we're glad you're in there. Keep it alive, brother. Bully is I tell you what, he's our social media like gem. That guy. How many followers, Bully, do you have on TikTok right now? I mean, it's tens of thousands. This dude is big time. Anyway. Enough about that. So yeah, let's, why don't we just get to our social segment? I mean, we were talking about Taylor Swift anyway, and you know what? The NFL is absolutely
in love with Taylor Swift right now.
It's
for better or worse.
It's over the top, dude. It's a little much. It's a lot much. It's a lot much. The whole Britney, Mahomes, and the handshakes and all that, whatever.
Oh my God.
But then when you start, I get a little concerned when she starts high-fiving old, Jackson Mahomes? What's
Jackson?
Yeah, that guy, he's trouble. He's at 42,000. Bully's got 42,000 followers. That is a lot. By the way, we just passed 40,000 views for our show.
Hey, there we go.
So he's got 42,000 followers. We passed 40,000 views. We'll get there. But anyway, so here's the graphic. I sent it to you. I don't know if you can see it right now, but
I'm seeing it.
I think everybody's probably seen it because the NFL is just throwing it out there over and over and over again. They're trying to capitalize on the whole Taylor Swift thing. You know, I mean, hey, so are we. Okay.
If you can't beat them, join them. Might as well.
And so the deal is with Taylor Swift in attendance, apparently Travis Kelce is quite a baller.
It must be.
Yeah. So what it says, left to his own devices, his reception yards
6.5.
Yeah. But with Taylor in attendance,
99.
Yeah, baby. He's basically at 100 yards a game with Taylor in attendance. So we'll see if she shows up in Denver. I don't know. That's a road game. Has she showed up for a road game yet? I don't think she has.
She has. She was in Minnesota when the Chiefs played the Vikings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Granted, that was also indoors. Even though she sits in a suite in a box, she's indoors no matter what. But Denver's an outdoor game.
And it's going to be cold.
See what happens.
It's going to be cold, man, because I think Denver got some of this weather that you guys got, of which my lovely wife gets to drive in tomorrow to try and get to the airport. So, Melba, please be safe. Hopefully we got some, I can't even, Wally.
Oh, and Bully chimed in. She was at the Jets game.
Oh, she was in New York.
Jets game.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, anyway. But
Thank you, Bully. Thank you.
Yeah. So Taylor does travel well. I think she's probably got a few planes of her own. So, but bottom line is Travis Kelce absolutely balls out when Taylor is in attendance, and no surprise there.
Do you think Travis that goes up to Patrick Mahomes and is like, "Hey, Pat, you know Taylor's going to be here. You got to get me the ball," and Pat's like, "Okay, yeah, we can do that for you, Trav. No problem."
I tell you what, man. I mean, they're young, what, 30-year-olds?
Someone there.
Yeah, why not? I mean, apparently Travis Kelce doesn't even run routes that are called for him. He just kind of looks at the defense and goes, "There's going to be a hole right there," and he works his way in there. And Pat sees it as well. True. You want to talk about chemistry? I mean, okay,
they've got it.
Yeah. Both Kelce and Taylor, and Kelce and Mahomes. Anyway, enough about this whole Taylor Swift thing. It was the only, like I said, I was putting this show together at a ridiculous pace, and I had to find something for the socials. And, well, of course, the NFL is capitalizing on this. ESPN is. Everything on Instagram is. So that's what I found. That's what I put up here. What the heck? But let's get to our cool segment. Which
let's do it.
You know, I started this. We started this now 3 weeks ago. I was a little concerned. I didn't know if we'd be able to pull it off because, like I said, it's already a mad dash just to get this thing put together as is. But but then to add a hey, let's do a player of the week and have a few players and all that stuff. Well, hey, we got it. We got it. So actually, I'm going to pass it over to you for a little bit. I'm going to take a breath here. And are you ready to do our on a roll segment, our players of the week for Duct Tape Dynasty?
I think so. So
right.
let's do it.
Here it comes, brother. It's all yours. I'm going to take a drink and sit back and relax.
All right. So on to our third week of the on a roll segment. Started off fabulously by Bully.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And continued by Bo. We really appreciate the heck out of you guys doing that. Remind me, who were our players of the week the last 2 weeks?
Oh man, last week we had like Jared Goff was on there. I was sure he was going to win it. Who Tyreek won it last year or
Tyreek last week.
So last week, who won it the first week? I should really know that.
Was it Brock Purdy?
Yes. Yep. It was Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy was our first week, and then Tyreek last week. This week we have a new set of 4. We have, starting off the pack, our boy, the one and only Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely.
21 for 27 through the air for 357 yards and a hat trick of touchdowns. As well as, he's like, I'm going to run it too. I forgot. I'm still a running back. 9 rushing attempts, 36 yards, and a score with a rating of 155.8. That is insane.
Absolutely ridiculous, Lamar. That is incredible.
Ridiculous.
That is off the hook.
That starts off our on a roll this week. Keeping it going with probably one of the most famous quarterbacks ever at this point, arguably, with
Definitely.
Patrick Mahomes. 32 for 42, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 rush attempts, and 29 yards. He didn't capitalize on the score, but again, he's not really known for his legs like Lamar is.
Yep.
With just shy of 130 passer rating, again, he is one of the all-stars of the NFL for the next 10 years if he stays healthy.
I tell you what, with Brady now retired and especially with Aaron Rodgers now out, I mean, Mahomes and Rodgers, it was debatable who was the star of the NFL in terms of quarterbacks.
It's
with
Mahomes.
those two in there. Mahomes right now, he is I guess Kelsey is now, but you get it. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. You go ahead.
No, that was a segue. Speaking of old Kelsey, he is in the running for an honor roll segment for our week 7 honor roll going into week 8. He had 12 receptions for 179 yards and a score. And he actually scored an official date with Taylor Swift. Yeah. Instead of just she's there watching.
Photo evidence.
They're on a date now.
Photo evidence. Kiss on the cheek. Photo evidence.
Yep. Photo evidence. So he is there. And then this is one of the ones that I think a lot of people might be surprised by, but I'm excited to see. And I think a lot of people are excited to see because he was such an underdog going into this game. And he is all the time my quarterback, as you can see by the jersey on the wall. Kirk O'Chain's Cousins, 35 of 45 on Monday Night Football, 378 yards, 2 scores, and a sub 110 rating on the passing at 107. He was on fire on Monday night.
Dude, none of us picked them to win.
No.
None of us did.
We'll get to that later, but man, did the Vikings look good. And the Niners, they kind of stalled.
Holy cow.
We'll see what happens.
Is the Purdy experiment over? I mean,
we'll see. Is going on? It might be at this week. Who knows?
What is going on? So going into Monday, I was like, okay, we had the three honor roll guys. And I was like, I knew it was going to be Christian McCaffrey, right? Like he was going to end up being our 4th. Nope. Kirk O'Chain showed up. Mr. It was questioned for many years if he could show up in big time games and prime time Kirk, if he was a thing. Boy, oh boy, he has since proven that
showed up
time and time again. And last Monday, that was a show, man. He put on a show.
It was.
Nobody expected them to win.
Nope. And you sent me the graphic, or sent us the graphic that I think Tuesday. And you said, we're going to roll with this. And I said, what? I don't know if you were asking for approval, but I think you had it set anyway. I said, let's throw Jordan Addison on there, the rookie,
Yep.
because he went off for Minnesota. But we just missed it. But, if a receiver does well, you got to have someone throw into him. So we stuck with our boy Kirk.
Yep. It was, I could have honestly gone with Addison as well. I'm limiting it at 4, and I had already built it with Kirk O'Chains on there. So I was
that's fair.
We're going with it at this point, so, yeah, that's a heck of a lineup though, man. 3 quarterbacks and then of course Kelsey, but all those guys balled out. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like at first I was devastated that Minnesota was going to win because of our, pick 'em. Everybody picked Miami. And, but it didn't take long for me to get on the boat, man. And it was cool to watch old Kirk. You like that, go out and do his thing, man. That was pretty sweet. So always cool to see the Minnesota Vikings win. And, speaking of last week,
let's just get into it. And, we got to do it. It might as well be us. We got to take it for the rest of the pick'em.
Do you want to talk about last week? I mean,
screw it. I'll take it. I'll take one for the team. Let's do it.
Dude, that was rough.
Yeah. I don't know everyone's final records because I had a very busy week last week. I was out of town, so I was only keeping track a little bit at a time. Needless to say, I know this for a fact. The Ducks have officially gone below 500 altogether for the first time.
Every single one.
Week 7.
You
had a couple stints where you went below, and I think Wally had one where he went below, but all of us went below 500 this past week. And the only one kind of close was Bo.
Yep, he was at 6 and 7.
Close.
6 and 7.
The rest of us were just like not even close. We were like 40% at best, if even.
Had San Francisco won like we all predicted, Bo would have been 7 and 6. He would have been the only one above 500. But Minnesota came out and won. So Bo goes 6 and 7. Then we had a bunch of us at 5 and 8. And then the rest of us at 4 and 9.
4 and 9.
Holy cow. It was.
We should have picked the losers for last week.
I think
we would have done a lot better.
I think we did. We successfully did.
That's true.
Dude, that was so rough. I mean,
going over the ones that I know we got right. Jacksonville, KC, Cleveland, and Seattle were the only ones that we all for sure pretty much got right.
Yep.
Everything else, I don't need this. Nope. Just a rough week.
Dude. I mean, unreal. But yeah, Dave chimed in. How about those single pick winners? Yep. Dave picked Atlanta over Tampa Bay. Wally picked Baltimore over Detroit. Both of those boys got those ones right. Bo picked Denver.
The homer pick. He picked the homer pick over the Packers.
And you know what? I should have seen that coming. I know their line is just trash right now. They've got no line. Green Bay, that is. And so,
but Denver's defense is the same way.
It's so horrible that I was like, okay, defense wins championships, right?
So horrible. They have to try. They thought, I don't know if anything happened with it. They were trying to get Rex Ryan, and he'd been retired for like 7 years to come back.
Dude, they are going to have the first pick in the draft, and they're going to get a quarterback and get rid of Russell Wilson. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. The whole Sean Payton, Russell Wilson thing, man, I wish we could see more of that. That whole Sean Payton, he's got to stop kissing babies and all this stuff.
I kind of want him to keep Russ around one more year just to get Hard Knocks in Denver and see how bad it is.
That's what I was just going to say. I wish we had a camera crew following Denver this year because there would be some electric content. Because if Sean Payton is willing to come out in public and diss his quarterback that way, granted that was a while back. I mean, that was early in the season. Might have even been before it started or right when it started. But
it was around week 1, I think.
Yeah. He's got to stop kissing babies.
Start playing football.
If he's saying that in public, man, the things he's got to be saying behind closed doors. Oh my gosh. I wish there was a camera crew there following them. Oh man, it would just be absolutely electric. I would love to see that. Anyway, but yeah, man, wow, what a week. That was terrible. But the nice thing is we all were terrible together, I guess.
That's true. If we're all wrong, we're all right.
Man alive. So what the heck? Let's just get to the standings then, hey?
Yeah, might as well.
And I got to find a better way. I'm going to try to find a better way to display these. It's not an eye chart, but it kind of is an eye chart, you know? So anyway, you've got obviously the lean on the left. I'm just going to keep that on the left from here on out because we are playing against each other, not against the lean. So Bo remains in first place. Cole is in second place and stays there. You fall back a place, although you're tied percentage-wise with Dave.
Dang it!
So
I need to stop being tied with Dave. It's been all year.
Yep. It's man. So you fell back one because of the fact that Dave, I think, had a better week than you.
I went 4-9.
Yeah, you went 4-9. I think Dave went 5-8. So, but you guys are officially via the percentages. You're tied, but I put him in front of you because of the week.
That's fair.
And then the other one is Bully jumped Wally, although he is now tied with Wally at 57.5%. I shouldn't even say these percentages. They're so bad.
I can say yours for you to spare you the heartache.
Yeah, I was just saying, I went ahead and just kept myself solidified there in last place at, you want to say it?
53.8% for the Mr. 72.8 for himself.
Yeah.
You're 15% lower, or no,
dude,
25% lower than last time.
It is so bad. Last week was terrible. I mean, it had to have been an anomaly. Everybody picked wrong. It was just so bad.
Oh, it was rough.
Man,
I don't know what happened.
Man alive. But on to the next week, right? So
good Lord.
Yeah, that was tough. I wanted to put up a graphic. Wally still on his, every week. As I stated early in the season, he went 11-5, 11-5, 12-4, and he was writing his records there underneath every week. And so when he would send out the sheet the next week, it would have all his records. I'm like, you showboat. And then he started going bad, and I was like, he's not going to write it on there. Well, he wrote him on there, and last week, I think it said like, oh my God, or something like that, or ouch, or yeah, I mean, he had an additional line that he wrote on there. So he stayed true to form in that he's still writing his record every week, but he went 4-9. And I didn't do much better, 5-8. So
there are times I'll call Wally too, like after I know the games are going bad and it's too late and it's like between the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock games or whatever, and we just have like an abysmal morning. I'll be like, what the hell's going on? He's like, I don't know. This is garbage.
We got to pick it up, man. Oh.
We have a reputation to uphold, and we are.
I know, our credibility is in the toilet.
I'm not going to say the credit I was going to say, but we're not doing so hot.
Holy smokes. Next week is the midway point of the NFL season. Week 9.
We got to pick this up. This is embarrassing.
Dude, so as I've continued to say every week, at least we're still above 500. But boy, oh boy, I'm trying to get myself below 500. It's so bad. It is so bad. Heck with this. Let's just get to the next week, man. This week. Here we go.
Let's move on to something that's a little more positive.
Oh my gosh, man. So here we are. We've got the percentages up top. These are the new ones. Yes, it looks like I have them all updated correctly. And this is this week. So we have tonight's game, Tampa Bay Buffalo. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm so
scared
sure
about all of these games now. I don't care. After last week, I'm terrified of any unanimous game.
After last week, I feel just like an abused. I too. I'm scared. I was scared picking these games. Part of me was like, I'll just go for it. And then the other part was like, bro.
Maybe we shouldn't, because that.
So Tampa Bay Buffalo, a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I asked you, does Chicago have any chance of winning within 0.3 seconds?
My size 12 foot.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. but they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Mm-hmm. So that happened a few weeks ago, and every week I found a way to ask a similar question. So I'm going to do it again this week. Does Tampa Bay have any chance of beating Buffalo? We all picked Buffalo tonight. Do they have
Probably.
a chance?
I don't know.
You got to be safe now.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah, you got a meme out of the deal, man. You got a it's pretty awesome. So yeah, I was, Josh Allen, I looked at his QBR, and he's, what the heck is it called now? Is it QBR?
Because I think it's QBR.
I thought QBR was only up to 100 now. Like, I thought they changed it, but whatever. So, okay, let's look at this. Baker Mayfield is at 89.2 for his QBR. We'll just say it's QBR. Josh Allen's at 100.7. So he's supposedly doing a lot better. And then you go to like the team and how they're doing, how they stack up in the NFL, and the Buffalo offense, I mean, is amazing.
They should be doing good.
They're top 10
last
in
week.
Every category except rushing yards, and they're 14th in rushing yards.
So yeah, they're still top half. And then you go into a thing and bully praises to your Patriots, but the Buffalo Bills go in there and do what they did and get beat by the Patriots this year. Everyone's like, what's going on? No one picked the Patriots last week. Unless it was Cole. I have no idea. I'm
going to fade it back over real quick just to look. I got a burp. Excuse me. Where's the Patriots game? New England. No, none of us picked it. Everybody picked Buffalo. Oh my gosh. And the Patriots.
That was one of those big just take an L.
Yeah, I mean, it was like that with so many games. So anyway, yeah, I was a little scared. I'm not sure tonight, man. Buffalo should win.
They should. I think that's how we should approach this now, is who should win, not who will win.
Oh, my gosh. I know, man. I know. And then, so the next game you got is Houston, Carolina. Now, Carolina's abysmal, supposedly. But like Bo said last week with his Denver Broncos, they got to win a couple games each year. So
they don't have to. I mean, talking about a team that flipped the script, Detroit, however many years ago, was 0-16 with the baghead people. So
well, Cleveland was as well.
They could still lose them all. They could still lose them all, and I just don't think this week's the week for Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, if they surprise me, I won't be that surprised. But we'll see. Houston's been looking not terrible, especially for their division.
Yep. So, and I'm going to hopefully make a reference back to Houston here later on. We'll see if I remember it. My brain is so scrambled right now. I just went from work to building this and now it's go time. Oh man. So anyway, the next one we all picked Dallas against the Rams, and that one I'm not too confident on either because you don't know what Dallas team you're going to get. That's
fair. And I think I'm going off of that. Whereas LA had a rough week last week, if we're going to our uniform loving hearts, they looked abysmal. LA did, because they put their weird gray pants with their blue jerseys. It looked stupid. But anyway, Dallas is, I think, coming off a bye week, and they should be healthy and ready to go for the most part. And Dallas played well against, unfortunately, your Chargers. Yeah, well. But they played really well, and I think Dallas can come out swinging again. But you never know. That's one of those ones where maybe Dallas lays an egg, but I think they are going to come out and do a little better than a Matt Stafford-led Rams right now.
But man, it's Matt Stafford. He's supposed to be so good. Isn't this the typical scenario for a catch game or whatever, the trap game?
Game.
You come off of a bye week, and so. I'm not confident there. And the next game as well, Minnesota, Green Bay. I'm not totally confident.
I'm more confident in this one, obviously, is the homer pick for Minnesota.
Absolutely.
But, I think since they had that San Francisco win, and they proved that they can show up and play a tough team, even if that tough team were missing a couple of elements. I think Minnesota's not going to let themselves fall backwards anymore. They showed up and showed out, and I think they're going to try and ride that high for at least to their bye week, because they have a fairly easy schedule going forward. So I think they're going to try and claw their way back in.
So, sorry, I'm still looking at that Rams game because Wally threw a comment in there about Cooper Kupp, a couple comments.
Could make the Cowgirls look silly.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking, and that other guy that we didn't even know the name of until this year, and now I can't even. Yeah, that guy.
He's a rookie too. That's why.
Yeah, he's not on the injury report either. So they've got. Oh, I should have looked a little bit closer. The Rams have got a decent chance, I think, against Dallas. Because it looks like they're somewhat healthy.
It'll be a good game. I think Dallas, it'll be close. I think it'll be a close one.
Dallas should win, but
Dallas should win that one.
What Dak is going to show up,
That's the question. Not what Cowboys are going to show up, what Dak Prescott is going to show up.
Yeah, and he at home.
Because Tony Pollard is always solid.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is a monster on defense. So it's what Dak is going to show up, I think.
We'll see. We will see. What's the injury report for Dallas? I know it wasn't Parsons. I think he was hurt earlier. Trayvon Diggs. Yeah, he's the one that's on IR because he got an ACL.
He's been out for a little while.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that hurts, but Dallas, again, on paper, should win this game. I'm really hoping that since last week was basically the opposite of what's on paper, like all the other things happened. I mean, Philly lost last week, didn't they? Did Philly? Yeah.
Who did they play last week? Miami. No, they won last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was the Kelly Greens.
The Kelly Greens. You can't lose in that. And that's actually, that goes into my foreshadowing for what I'm going to talk about later with the Houston. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I got you now.
I think you might be, I've threw a couple clues out there. We'll see if anybody can pick up on what I'm talking about, because there's a special uniform that's going to come out this week. And it is one of my absolute favorites. The one I'm talking about, we will get there. I don't want to give it away, but
we'll get to the other one.
It was one of my favorites, and let's move on. So Minnesota, Green Bay, I think, Green Bay is still so banged up on that front line. Minnesota they're good, man. They're good. They came out and just had a rough go.
They're better than their record says they are.
Yeah, I think they're okay, and they should win that game, even though it's in Lambeau. I don't know what the weather report is.
It's not Lambeau in January.
No, it's almost.
It's Lambeau in October.
It is. It is. Next one, New Orleans, Indianapolis. This one's
going to be interesting.
Yeah, we kind of split it 50-50. The New Orleans defense as close to 50-50 as we can. We went 3 of 4. 4 went, so our lean went towards Indianapolis. That was a tough one to pick because that New Orleans defense is supposed to be pretty darn good.
It is.
But
I gave Indy the home advantage on that one.
Yeah. And they've got, good old Jonathan Taylor's back. Anthony Richardson isn't there, but they got Gardner Minshew Mania,
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, Uncle Rico. And he's actually, let's look. I thought he had a better rating than that. He was only 87.2. But
also
Carr
the
is
Indiana
82.8.
Indiana Knights uniforms did not look that great.
No.
In action. They looked rough. They looked like a tracksuit, like I had said. Mm-hmm. They looked rough.
Mm-hmm.
The black helmet did not translate to TV.
Dude, I tell you what, they should have just gone all black. We've talked about it. Oh, the blackout and the whiteout, but then you get, we know. Anyway, whatever. That game, that could go either way. It could. Indy, I think, should win that game. Duh. That's why I picked them. But the next one, New England, Miami. Now, New England surprised us and beats the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen hasn't been playing all that well, though. So I don't know if it was New England playing well or Josh Allen playing bad. But New England, Miami. Miami now, They lost to Philly. Everybody, I think, picked. No. We didn't all pick Miami.
Most of us did, though.
Yeah, we went. There was 2 of us that picked Philly. It was Bo and Bully picked Philly. And then the rest of us picked Miami. And, of course, Philly won.
I didn't realize, because I turned my picks in on a Monday because I was busy. I didn't realize it was the Kelly Green week for the Eagles. If I would have known that, I'd have picked the Eagles.
Yeah,
But,
dude.
Hindsight.
Anyway. So Miami, we all picked Miami against New England. I think that should be an easy win. I think we'll see. Now, New York Jets, New York Giants. Everybody except me picked the Jets, and I'm figuring
Not even Cole.
I'm figuring, I know. I'm like, am I missing something here? I'm on the Tyrod Taylor train, man. That is what's going on for me.
They look good. It's the Battle of New York.
It is.
The Giants are the home team, even though they're both technically at home.
Yeah, it's the same stadium.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why I was feeling that the Jets would pull it out, but I just don't know. I just went with my gut and I picked the Jets, and I can't really explain why.
Yeah, I went, obviously, I'm the only one that went with the Giants, and it's the Tyrod Taylor. Like I said, I'm on the Tyrod Taylor
That's
train.
fair.
He has the same amount of touchdowns in one game as old boy, who's the other guy? Daniel Jones has the whole season for the Giants. So I think they're just going to ride the momentum. That's the only one where it's like, it's just me picking the team. There's another one that I wanted to pick with Bo later on coming up, but Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. Jacksonville seems like they are just rolling, but they've got some injuries. I think old Trevor was in concussion protocol or something.
I must have missed that if that's the case. I'm not doing my job as
questionable knee.
Unpaid sports reporter.
He's questionable with a knee, it says.
Ooh, that could.
So
that could hurt them.
It could.
I mean, I've heard. I have 2 different nicknames that we could use for Trevor Lawrence. Like,
oh please,
we could call him Spicoli, or we could call him Sunshine. So take your pick.
Oh gosh, I think both of those work. Oh man, yeah. Oh, Sunshine. Oh, great movie. Remember the Titans, right? That was that one, right? Sunshine?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Great movie. Great football movie. Okay, let's go down a rabbit hole. Best football movie. Best football movie.
I'm going to say it's Remember the Titans.
Okay, everybody in the comments, everybody who's left, old Bully, Wally, I see you in there. Hopefully Dave's still in there. I don't know if my wife's still in there. I'm guessing probably not. Maybe she can jump back in there. Best football movie. I mean, we've got Remember the Titans. We've got The Replacements. We've got The Longest Yard. We've got Rudy. We've got what are some other ones?
Blindside.
Blindside was a great one. What was that one that came out where they laid down in the road and they went under the bus? The Program.
Yeah. Any Given Sunday, Bully puts in the comments.
Any Given Sunday. Not bad. Remember the Titans. Obviously, that's what started this conversation. There are some good football movies out there. Remember the Titans is it's so good though. So good. Man, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
The Last Boy Scout.
I haven't seen Wally's pick come through yet, but I think Wally would pick Remember the Titans because I know growing up when I would be there for like a week in the summer or whatever, and I know Remember the Titans would come on TV. Wally would stay up past his early old man bedtime, and we'd watch that movie together.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
He brought up the Brian song, the one about Brian Piccolo.
I don't even know what the heck that is.
Good one. Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers for the Bears.
Oh man, I don't know if I've seen it. What's the name of the movie?
Brian's Song.
That's a stupid name for a football movie.
It's an older one.
Dang old guys in your old movies. Come on. Come on. What was the Bear Bryant movie? Come on, Bully.
I don't remember that one.
Who cares? Let's go current. some new ones. Anyway, Dave came out with The Last Boy Scout. Yeah, okay. that's a Dave football movie.
That's definitely a Dave movie.
By the way, Dave has just got
I'm surprised
screwed
Dave didn't
over,
pick
by
like
the
Blue
way.
Mountain State or something.
Yeah. Dave, by the way, thanks for tuning in, brother. I know you're out there in no man's land doing he's basically deployed. He's the train driver's equivalent of deployed right now. So feel bad for him. Hopefully it doesn't last too long, but brother, I love you. I appreciate you jumping in the comments and providing the Last Boy Scout as our, you know what? Maybe
we should have done this in summer series.
Yeah. You know what? Take a note, dude. Take a note.
I'm taking a note.
Take a note, seriously, because like I said, next week is the midway point of the NFL season. Granted, we'll still have playoffs, the Super Bowl, all this, but the season is already blowing by super quick. And so we're going to have to already start thinking about what we're going to do in the off season. We have some things lined up. Obviously the Savannah Bananas. We have Michael Deeb. He's still on the hook, on the line. He's supposed to come on. I've got some other guys. I've got some random things out there. Boy, here we go, man. We're going down rabbit holes. I've got some feelers out there with guys who do photography stuff. I've got all sorts of different kinds of guys. So
I've got a couple bugs in a couple people's ears.
Yes, yes, you've got some good ones that you've been pinging me on, and please keep those jotted down. As we've already seen, it's difficult to put extra things in during the season, but boy, in the off season, there's going to be plenty of time. It's 6 months or something? How long is the off season? It's forever.
Too long.
Yeah, it's forever. So anyway. Oh, Little Giants, Dave says. Little Giants. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, okay, let's get back to it. So Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, we did that. Atlanta, Tennessee. Now, this is the one that I've kind of been hinting at and whatnot. I am regretting that I didn't pick Tennessee. I mean, they are wearing the Houston Oilers uniform, which is one of the best uniforms to ever exist, I believe. Now, I love the color purple. So all the Vikings uniform, not all of them, but a lot of the Vikings uniforms I'm a huge fan of. But I tell you what, that Houston Oilers uniform, man, that was sick. And this week they're wearing it versus Atlanta. We all picked Atlanta. I don't know, man. You know, we talk about gotcha games every week, and I really think I should have picked Tennessee on that one.
Uh-huh.
It's tough. That's tough. Them in that uniform. I don't know, man. I think there's just something about it. And what I was hinting at earlier is there's 2 times this year that they're going to wear that uniform. This is one of them. The next time is going to be against Houston, which there's J.J. Watt came on. J.J. Watt came on the McAfee program and was talking about how disappointed he was as a Houston player that he never got to wear the Houston Oilers uniform because technically that team moved to Tennessee and is now the Tennessee Titans. But he played in Houston forever. Now, you know, I mean, his main career, he'll go into the Hall of Fame as a Texan. And he was so bummed that he never got to wear that uniform. And man, I tell you what, I don't know if they scheduled it on purpose or if the NFL is the ones who did it.
That's cold if they did. God,
that's going to be a tough game to pick because you've got that uniform, which I don't know, man. When these boys put on those throwback uniforms, we should really do some research and see
how well they do.
Yeah, you know, that would be
New
interesting.
Heights calls a LeBron stat. Where it's a stat that doesn't really matter, but we do it anyway.
Yeah, well, 75% of stats are made up anyway, so
that's true.
I just made that up. Anyway, we should look at that. How often do alternate uniforms just get the win? Because I tell you what, that Kelly Green uniform last week, Bro, why did I not?
So good.
If I had known they were wearing the Kelly green, I would have picked Philly. I mean, it was a tough game to pick anyway, but that would have tipped me over. So I really am kicking myself for not picking Tennessee. I'm going to go ahead and say, and now I can't change my pick, but I'm going to say I think Tennessee wins that game.
We'll see. Atlanta's been looking pretty good. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with Bijan Robinson's playing time, but other than that, they're looking good.
That was the thing that I looked up. I was like, okay, Bijan, there's the whole controversy about him not playing. Apparently dude gets migraines, so I'm just counting on him not getting a migraine this week. So
drink water, Bijan.
Yeah. Close your eyes, dim the lights, all that good stuff. So if Bijan is rolling, I think Atlanta might have a chance, but boy, I tell you what, if you put me, my fat butt in that Tennessee Houston Oilers uniform, I'm telling you what, man, I might be able to make one NFL tackle. Maybe one, just because I'd be so fired up to wear that uniform. Anyway, whatever. Philly, Washington, that should be an obvious one, right?
Should be a Philly win. I think usually Washington has Philly's number in Philly for some reason, except this year they changed that in overtime. And it's usually a pretty easy win for Philly over in Washington. So we'll see.
And Philly is just so much better than Washington right now. I mean, Philly.
Right now, especially.
Philly, I mean, well, it was Philly or San Francisco, who's the best team in the NFL for a while. And then you had the Chiefs and Taylor Swift. Take Chiefs and Taylor Swift out. Well, you know what? What the heck? Who's better right now? Philly or Kansas City? If we had another Super Bowl right now, Philly, Kansas City, who wins it?
I think the Kansas Swiftie Chiefs win.
That was a fantastic call. The Kansas Swiftie Chiefs? Did you just make that up, or did you see that somewhere?
I did, just like statistics.
Oh my gosh, you are so cool. You're way cooler than I even knew you were.
And that was like this much, now I'm like that much.
Yeah, well, whatever. After last week, we all dropped. You could have been that much, and you get it.
Yeah, that was bad.
Anyway, Cleveland, Seattle. I wanted to pick Cleveland on this one. And it's because Myles Garrett is just absolutely ridiculous right now. Did you see him jump over the line from 4-point stance and block a kick? Did you see that?
I did.
That was insane.
And I saw that and was kind of like, I would not want to make that guy mad because he'd chase me down, and you know what he did a couple years ago. He might beat me with my own helmet. But,
jeez.
But yeah, Seattle, another team this week that's rolling out the throwback, and I like the Seattle throwback uniforms, with one exception that you, me, and our buddy Sergio talked about, and that's the bad haircut sticker job on the helmets.
Great call.
Other
bad
than
haircut.
that,
I forgot about that part.
Other than that, I'm excited to see Seattle play Cleveland because it's kind of, they're both 4-2. It's kind of like a 0-0 record game right now because they're both doing pretty well.
Yep. It's now Cleveland has their backup quarterback in there. That's what pushed me over the edge. You know, old Deshaun. We need to come up with some name for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we need to come up with a snide little name for him.
We will. Let
anyway,
Dave do it.
He's
Dave,
out.
That's your job.
Yeah, Dave. Well, I don't know, man.
Within reason, Dave. Within reason is your boundary.
We'll see what we get. But yeah, so that's why I went with Seattle. But I think Cleveland's got a definite chance to win that game. Baltimore, Arizona, our boy Lamar. Come on. It'll be an absolute fluke if Arizona wins this game, right?
I think so. I still think Arizona is bottom of the barrel. They got lucky with their one win against Dallas because, you know, that was
all
them.
they have? They have one win?
One win.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Kyler's on the PUP list. Dobbs, I don't know if he's any good.
Yep.
I haven't even been paying attention to Arizona. Yeah.
Lamar's rolling right now, as we saw.
And yeah, Philly's high powered. They're rolling. We underestimated them last week, and Wally got the single game win for that.
Not Philly, Baltimore.
Or Baltimore. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep.
That's what I meant. Sorry. But yeah, I think Baltimore's got this one pretty easy.
I think Lamar is going to come out and he'll own this game. Anyway, Kansas City, Denver, that's the one I should ask you about. Okay. Here you go. Here's your 0.3 second answer. It should be, does Denver have any shot of beating Kansas City?
Considering what they did last time, they have a better shot than a 0.3 second answer.
Okay. If Taylor Swift shows up, do they have any chance?
I mean, probably not. Both teams play outdoors. Both teams have the elements. Denver played fairly well in Arrowhead last time. Even though, I mean, they put up 8 points in the last 2 minutes or whatever it was. So like they didn't play that well, but they still did better than we thought they were.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, they got to win. They won. Yeah. Anyway,
Denver has, I think, 2 wins or 3
Yeah.
wins
What
now,
are they
actually.
at now? Denver. Come on. Where are you? Denver 2-5, baby. 2-5 in the AFC West. Russell Wilson has a 99 quarterback rating and Pat Mahomes only has a 101. So on paper, it's close. So
Yeah, we'll see if that actually happens.
Patty Mahomes has 6 interceptions. I didn't know that.
He takes shots.
Yeah, he does. But old Kelsey, man, he is just rolling right now, especially as we saw with Taylor in the stadium. So
yeah.
I think Kansas City wins that one easy. I think Denver got their win, and I think they're going to kind of rest on their laurels a little bit. Not that they had a shot to begin with, to be honest with you. Cincinnati, San Francisco. Now, this one was tough for me. This was really tough for me. You went Cincinnati. I went San Francisco. I don't know if the Purdy experiment is over, man. Like, Purdy came out and was winning everything, and I started the whole, hey, he's the new Tom Brady, story. And then I think pretty much, we should go back and look. I think pretty much since I said that, I may have jinxed him. Sorry, Brock. But they've dropped 2 in a row.
And this week, I don't know if you saw it this week, but since you were at work, I saw it since I had a low day. Purdy's on concussion protocol, so
Yes.
Sam Darnold's their quarterback going into this game. They're still without Trent Williams. They're still without Debo.
Yeah, Debo's out.
And
yeah,
we saw
What the heck
what Minnesota did to them last week. So Cincinnati coming off a bye, recharged, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
How did
I think San Francisco's
Cincinnati?
fighting uphill. I think San Fran's fighting uphill.
I think
this
San
week.
Francisco's gonna. I think I mispicked that one. The reason I picked it is because. Hey, well, here's why. I'm going to show it on the screen. Okay, I now we're at the point where we have enough data that I think the statistical analysis actually has some validity at this point. And so this is, and let's see if I can show it on the screen. Let's see. Can you see how much San Francisco? Well, you can't because
Yeah, I can't. That's too small of a thing
whatever.
for me to
San
read.
Francisco is like they're way better in every category than Cincinnati right now. However,
I'm not sure I understand.
shut up, Siri. Siri doesn't understand it. Yeah, I think I mispicked that game as well. I think Cincinnati's got a real shot of winning that game. Now, you and Bo pick Cincy, and I think that's a good pick. I think that's a real good pick. By the way, going back to the Atlanta, Tennessee, the reason why I still went with Atlanta, even though I knew Tennessee was going to wear the Houston Oilers uniform, was the fact
They're
that
selling the farm for magic beans. Tennessee's getting rid of everybody to Philly.
But guess who's starting? Guess who's starting at quarterback?
For Tennessee?
Yes.
Is Will Levis finally
Yes,
getting a starter?
he
or
is
Malik
starting.
Willis?
Will Levis is starting. There's questions about whether they're going to do a 2 quarterback system. I think that's
That about sums it up.
Yeah, I think that's old
Old
Dable.
mayonnaise and the coffee boy.
Yeah. Is it who's their coach? What's his name?
Played
for the Patriots.
I just had it.
Come
He
on.
did.
I wanted to say Brian Dable, but that's not it.
Bully, help us out.
Who the heck is the Vrabel? There we go. That's anyway. Vrabel, I think, has reserved. He said we might go with the 2-quarterback system. I think that's like
he still doesn't know.
Yeah, I think he's going to put Will out there, and if Will sucks, then he's going to put an injured what's his name out there. So
Malik Willis, or is
that's right.
going to go out there?
Malik Willis. It'll be a Malik Willis. So originally I was like, well, man, there's no tape on Will, and then I was like, this dude puts mayonnaise in his coffee. There's no way. So I went with Atlanta. But getting back to it. All right. So where are we now? Two games left. Oh,
I'll take it.
Chicago,
I think
LA.
The Chargers should win because Chicago just is Chicago. We know about Brandon Staley's tendency to say, hey, we have a win. Let's throw that away. But I think LA has a better shot here because they are just a better team.
LA is a better team than a lot of teams they play, but they don't beat them. And it's because of that stinking coach. Anyway. Yeah, I still picked LA.
We all did.
San Diego.
Let's skip ahead to the next one.
Moving on to Las Vegas, Detroit.
Vegas at Detroit.
Yeah, that one. So we all picked Detroit because it's like look, I'm a believer. Okay, I'm a brand new Lions believer. It didn't work out for me last week. That's because our old boy Lamar was absolutely balling and put up 28 points in the first half against them. Or was it even in the first quarter?
Detroit didn't get a first down. Detroit didn't get a first down until they were already down 28 points.
But I think old non-kneecaps is going to have these boys ready. And they're at home, and he's going to say, oh, man, I'd love to see the pregame speech.
And I just think, I don't know who Vegas played last week. I can't remember, but
Chicago.
It was a loss. Oh, yeah. See, if they lost to Chicago. Both teams came off of a loss that no one was really expecting. And I just think Motor City Dan Campbell is a better coach than whatever Josh McDaniels is in Vegas. But we'll see. I went with Detroit too, as much as my Vikings heart doesn't like it. But I went with Detroit. So
yeah, I just think old non-kneecaps is going to get it done, so we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so that takes us through all the rest of the games. We've already got into, I think we're 4 minutes from kickoff. So there's only one thing left to do. And this goes back to you. So earlier we announced our 4 candidates for the honor roll player of the game or player of the week. Yes. It was, let's see, we had Lamar, we had old Patty Mahomes, we had Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. That's one and the same. And then we had old Kirko Chains. So I'm going to kick it back to you. Who now the way we did this, we each put a poll out this week, and I kind of like that. We did. I kind of like the way that went. In that we got more data. Okay. We did. There's not a lot of people voting on our stuff yet. Hopefully we'll get there, but we got more data by both of us doing it. So I think we're going to keep going that way. So why don't you tell us who won and give us the stat line again for our winner this week? Who was our Duct Tape Dynasty Honor Roll Player of the Week?
Our Honor Roll Player of the Week, through both of our polls, adding scores together, was the one and only DTD fan himself, Lamar Jackson. Attaboy,
Lamar. 155.8 quarterback rating. The dude went off the chain last week. Absolutely killed it.
He went off the chain.
Killed it.
Speaking of chains, if we did this without gaming the system at all, Kirko Chains would have been our winner. Speaking of that chain. Yeah. But we'll give the win to our boy, Lamar Jackson. DTD faithful. He sees all of our stuff. We love you, Lamar. Keep on rolling and just, stay on a roll as the season keeps going.
I screwed it up. I faded over to Kirko Chains. We got the original, right. But yeah, Kirk. Okay, so here's the deal. We're an asterisk kind of program, right?
We are.
I don't say we cheat, but where we can affect change, we do. Is that?
Yeah, I'll say that. We're an asterisk program to the point where I changed my fantasy football team name to Mr. Asterisk.
Oh, that's a good one. See, I'm so stupid on fantasy football that I left all my good players on the bench and played all my guys who were on bye weeks. You're welcome, Wally, by the way, for the free win. Dude, like I said at the beginning of this show, I am scrambling just to put this thing together. So when it comes to, I got to go into my fantasy after this and update
Hope you had
it.
no one set for tonight.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Hopefully, if I put somebody in tonight, hopefully it's a good one. But yes. Okay. So the reason I bring up the asterisk thing is we have multiple accounts. You have multiple accounts. You have the DTD.BigSkyCountry, which is your main football sports account associated with this program. Yep. And then, of course, you've got your personal Andrew Ferret account. So you made a couple votes. And then we had a couple votes from old Bo, who's got 5280 Sports Wire, and then himself. And then I said, well, what the heck? I'm just going to join the celebration.
4 accounts.
I've got like 10. Yeah. I don't know. I almost couldn't get back into the regular account because of all the accounts I went to to vote. Anyway, but yeah, I think now I didn't do the official research, but I think Kirko would have won it on a legitimate vote. So now part of that is the fact that there's 3 Vikings faithful in our group. I mean, that's the biggest, because everybody else has just got one. It's me with the Chargers.
Of our group, yeah.
So anyway, but Kirk officially won. So but we gave it to Lamar.
Giving it to our boy Lamar.
Because Lamar is our most faithful, not a follower yet. Not a follower. I tell you what, there's going to be a celebration if he ever does follow, but he still sees all of our posts. And he was, you posted the poll, and he was the first one to see it from you, right?
Mm-hmm. He didn't vote.
He didn't vote on mine either, but he's still seeing all our stuff.
First one to see mine.
He's still seeing all our stuff. So we appreciate the heck out of him. And so, yes, I went into my multiple accounts and I voted for Lamar like all over the place. I went to your poll. I went back to my own poll. And what the heck, it was fun. But I think Kirk, and like we've said from the beginning on this whole thing, it's not about who's got the best stats or whatever. This is our picks for the best players. It could really be anybody, and I invite all of our guys to throw out whoever you want each week, and I'll put them out there. I'm limited to 4, but you get it.
Yep.
So, there's a football game that's apparently on right now. So maybe we should get to that. What do you think?
Might be a good idea.
What do you think?
Yeah. As much as we like talking, I think we should watch some football.
Man alive. Yeah. I'm wore out and I'm hungry. So I need to get me some food and throw some football on the TV, and I think it'd be good. So what the heck? Let's get the heck out of here and go watch the Bills with those guys. With the Baker Mayfield led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're in New York, right?
They're in Buffalo.
Yeah, so it should be a Buffalo win. Anyway, anything else before we get the heck out of here? Let me check our comments real quick. You go ahead if you got anything else.
I don't have anything else. I guess I do have one little thing where it's not confirmed, but we're working on it. You and I doing a college football show. Scheduling has been a nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see if it happens. If it does, it'll happen at least once this season, hopefully.
Yes.
But we're not promising anything. But keep your eyes open because there might be a show in the near future.
Saturday show. Yeah.
Yes.
We don't want to compete with game day, but it'll probably be on the same time as game day.
That's fair. We're already taking inspiration from McAfee. We might as well just do the next thing.
Yep. And it's going to be obviously Montana State centric. which we do have. You have a Montana State legitimate follower. I think I do as well. Football player follower, that is. I think they're different for each of us, but yeah. So we're obviously going to be Montana State centric since you and I are both alumni, and I have a kid that's going there. But so Wally's asking FCS or FBS. Honestly, everything's
FCS.
on the table. But
FCS is the main focus.
But
that's where
FCS,
MSU
yeah,
is.
it's gonna have a high Montana State and the Grizzlies, as we saw from our last week. Did you see? Okay, I know you were busy last week.
I did see that.
Yeah, so that was pretty awesome. The man alive, yeah. Whatever. I'm not gonna get back to it.
This is for Wally saying that in the comments. Montana State all the way.
Montana State is ranked number
2.
Exactly. Now the Grizz moved up though. They're at number 5, I think.
5 or 6, but we'll dive into that later.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go watch some football. Let's go have some dinner. We hope that everybody out there as well. We thank you so much for tuning in. Like we said, hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're not a subscriber, please do. And stick around. We'll show you what that QB54 thing is all about. All right. Last call, brother. Anything?
I'm good. Let's go watch some ball.
All right. Love you guys. You guys are absolute best. Oh, yeah. I got to push the music button. There we go. So let me get that going. And all right, brother. We'll talk next time.
We'll talk next time.
All right. See ya.